Zombie, there's a...
Hey everybody. How is it going? Saturday morning. Saturday evening for me, morning for most of you probably. I'm here at the studio. Been working all day. Been looking forward to this stream. As we're warming up for the day, let me know if the stream looks good and all that kind of stuff. Levels, we are in the levels period, as Doc Thock is quite rightly pointing out. Thanks for hanging out, Radu. Appreciate it. I've been doing a bunch of stuff to try and make sure that the stream is running. I've been monitoring Task Manager for the last little while, seeing if things affect it. We'll see how it goes. We will see how it goes. And I have on order a PC case, which should be arriving sometime in January. So sometime in January, I'm going to be doing a full-on build, as Petrus is just pointing out. So I bought a PC case called the Lian Li 011, which is very highly recommended. And so I'm going to be building in that sometime in January. So now I've got to start thinking about amassing the rest of my parts, motherboard, that kind of stuff. So slowly building this thing up. So today we are going to be building that E-White Think 6.5 that I've been sitting on since September. Yeah, that's when I'm gonna transition over to a good Corsair keyboard. But I have a couple of things that arrived in the last week that we're gonna take a look at as well before we get started today. One of the things that I'm not sure about that we'll decide together later on is which keycaps are going to go in the Think 6.5. I have a few possibilities. Could be looking at Milkshake. So I got Cat Milkshake, or we could be looking at Olivia, GMK Olivia, or GMK Camping. We'll find out. Yes, I agree, Petrus. I have a Razer keyboard, and I have been tempted by their Huntsman Mini because I think it looks like a cool little board to play around with. But the Huntsman Mini is a 60%, which is not my bag. But they're great if you have them, but it's funny that after going to the levels that I've gone now, to then go to the Razer keyboards would be funny. That is correct, Stephen. If I put Milkshake on it, this keyboard right now would bring all the boys to the yard because it is Milkshake. I was watching a Dave 2D video today, and I saw him describe, like, his Twitter bio says, and I'd never seen this before, lo-fi tech videos, and it's like such a perfect way to describe his content style because it's so calm. But he was showing off some mice that he was using, including like this Razer mouse, and it looked pretty cool. I like the look of it. I don't remember which one it was off the top of my head, but it was like a white Razer mouse. By the way, like, does anybody have their aesthetic more on lock than Dave 2D? My word. It's like everything in his video was like a video showing off the tech that he's been using. It was all gray and blue. Guy's definitely got his aesthetic like nailed down. Oh, that reminds me, seeing the new follow. Thank you for the follows. I'm working with my amazing designer, David, who's been doing all of the great branding stuff for the channel. We're working on custom notification things, like the alerts. The idea that he's come up with is so cool. Like I haven't seen it done this way before, and I'm really looking forward to it. So he sent me a prototype kind of video yesterday, so I reckon maybe by the next stream I'll also have my own custom alerts for the stream too, for subs and stuff. So really looking forward to that. We've been doing some good work there for sure. All right, let's do a little bit of unboxing of a couple of things we got here. So the first is, this is a keyboard build that we're going to be doing at some point. I do not know when we are going to tackle this, but this is the Barleycorn keyboard, which is a bigger sibling of, what is it called? Was it called the Plaid? Don't eat this. Was it the Discipline? So this is from Yang Ka, is the person who designs it. Gingham, that's the one. Thank you, Terrence. So this keyboard, there's not a lot of actual parts to it. Like, this is the board. So one sits on top of the other, and everything is mostly exposed. But what makes this one so specific is, do you see all these here? These are places to solder in diodes. So every key, every switch, if you take a look at the way that the PCB works. So if you've seen this stuff before, I solder all of the switches into these two little points. I have to put these two globs of solder onto every switch so that the keyboard can register the key presses. Every one of these corresponds to diodes here. So this is going to be a case of soldering all of these and then putting all the keycaps in and doing that kind of stuff. So, oh, this is designed by the UK, in the UK. I don't know if you can see that, but Yankar is in the UK. That's cool. So I genuinely can't imagine being able to get all of this done in one stream. It just seems like it would take too much, but we'll find out. But like all of this stuff has to be done. This is going to be a very serious S-Core. This is going to be a very, very serious stream at some point. I don't know exactly when I'm going to do that, but I saw this went up for sale for Black Friday, and it was really fairly priced, and I loved the look of it. It is a functionless functionless full-size keyboard. I don't remember the actual naming, but it's got a numpad here, but no function row. So this is going to be, I might sit on this project for a while, but it felt like one to jump in on because I wasn't sure if it would end up being out of stock for a while. I had number 868. F keyless 1800. Thank you, Matt Vortex, in the chat. So I picked this up from mykeyboard.eu, and they are also a proxy for some desk mat stuff from Dixie Mac. And I really love the Dixie Mac desk mats. There's so many great ones, but a lot of the time, the shipping on them... Oh man, this camera's freaking out. Come on, camera. I believe in you. Alright, I'm gonna have to stick my head in. Did that do it? I believe in you, camera. Come on. Man, it's freaking out, huh? There we go. So Dixie Mac have a bunch of really great desk mats, but they're a US company and the shipping can get quite high because desk mats are expensive to ship. And so I was happy to find one that I liked the look of, and I added it to my order. They have one at the moment. Dixie Mac are doing a group buy on some cyberpunk inspired desk mats, and I think in Europe, Oblutsky Industries is vending that. So I think I'm gonna pre-order the one. They got like a yellow one. Looks really cool. This looks fun though, right? It's a fun desk mat. It's like a doormat desk mat. So let's see how this looks. We might double up today. Oops, sorry. Sorry. Oh man, the white balance has gone bananas. Right? This has sent the white balance into a terrible place. Yo, Austin! Austin Evans, everybody in the chat. I don't know what's happened to the white balance, so I think we're gonna just go back to where we were before. And I think I need to tinker with that. Well, really what I need to do is actually get a camera. That's next up on the list. Look how much better it looks already. So I'm gonna be getting an actual Sony camera soon. I've decided what I want now. It's just a case of actually ordering the thing, and then we should be able to fix a lot of these overhead camera issues that we've been having. Because right now I am using a Logitech webcam of some kind, C920 or C922 or whatever. Trying to get this back where it belongs is not as easy as I thought. Let me re-roll this and then we can start doing what we were supposed to do today. I like this desk mat, but it's just funny that the camera doesn't. And Felix, I see that you redeemed the sea lion honk, which I will handle shortly for you. If you don't know what the honking is from a podcast that I do called Connected, I once made a sea lion sound, and it was funny, and then people kept asking me to do it, so then I made it a channel points redemption thing, and it's the only one that I have so far. I'm just going to handle this later on. Me and this desk mat are not getting on. Oh! That's for you. Okay. We're going to be saying goodbye to the lovely desk mat anyway. Because we'll be going silicone mat very shortly. Okay. Some of my tools ready. So Felix, my AirPods Max, the tracking says that they will arrive by Thursday. I'm not sure when. I'm hoping that they'll come on Tuesday. That my original tracking was sometime between Tuesday and Thursday. And before Apple ship the products, they always say that the delivery is the latest day in that period. Because it would kind of suck if it came on Thursday, because that would mean I couldn't talk about them on any of my show. Yeah, I'll say, Ian, that just sneaking it back in frame here, 8008 on the mode looks really good. I love this combo. So, this is a little bit of backstory. I told us a story before, but this Think 6.5 was donated to me from a wonderful podcast listener who goes by the name of Reese, because that's their name. And they wanted me to show this during a stream that I was doing when we were raising money for St. Jude. And because I just couldn't accept this, I ended up donating some money on their behalf to St. Jude. Now this is the Think 6.5. I believe, I'm like 99% sure this is the version 1 of the Think 6.5. And it is in it's in what is known as the Stormtrooper colorway, which is E-white with the black part of the badge. My understanding, I believe, is that this is the only one of these made in this colorway. That was what I was told. This colorway made its return for the Think 6.5 V2, which is a keyboard that I really love the look of, and I hope to be able to pick one up one day, maybe in polycarbonate or something. But this will be my first luxury 65% keyboard, so I have used and love my Keychron, which is a 65% keyboard, and now we'll be building our first 65%. It is, I think it's called plate mounted. So it's an integrated plate into the board itself, a custom made PCB, custom designed PCB. Very excited about this. We've got a bunch of hardware, as is usual. Don't really have anything in the way of instructions. I was going through some of this stuff, and I have this bag of screws and whatever you call them, like little washers, and I literally have zero idea what these are for. But we do have some Durock stabs here, I think. No, see, there are screws in the bag. Right? See, there are screws in the bag for the stabs. So the stabilizers have screws in the bag as well. So maybe the O-rings I would take out, and these are intended for the stabilizers, and they were provided with the board. But the stabilizers that I have golden screws in the bag, so who knows? I think I might do a little combo there of using the O-rings from the bag and the golden screws from the stabilizers. This is not hot swap. This is, I will be soldering this board today. The first thing to do, let's open it up. I have a lot of hardware that was included. Oh, cool, Ian, nice tip. Are they low profile? Let's take a look, see if the screws are much different. So the screws look different, but not that much different. I think I will use the screws from the board though, right? That probably seems like a good idea. That maybe there's a reason they included them. Oh, we're getting conflicting info in the chat. What I'll do is, when it comes to putting the screws, when it comes to screwing the stabilizers in, we will test it out. But yeah, there's a bunch of hardware for this. We got some more O-rings. Don't know what they're for. So we have lots of O-rings. Not sure. And we have some pompons. Little rubber feet. Let's go on here. I think it might be time to bring out our old friend, the silicone mat. No, let me take it apart first before I bring out the silicone mat. I don't really want to put the case on the mat, 'cause the mat's a little gross from grease and stuff. Okay. To give myself a bit more space. When I do all this building and stuff like that, it just takes up just an infinite amount of space on the desk. It's just like everything just expands to fill whatever space the desk will take. Now, what do I have to put the screws in? I've ordered this little tray to put the screws in, because as I'm unscrewing stuff, I need somewhere to keep them. But I don't have it with me right now. So I'm trying to find something on my desk that I can put the screws in to keep them nice and... board sauce is here. Sneaking away. Put it here for a little dressing for you. Yeah, I need little bowls or something. But I don't have any. Let me go grab something from over here. It's not fun, but it's a little white box. Mode, I bought one of those resin trays from Apiary too. There's like a confetti one that Apiary Keyboards is made and is selling right now, and I ordered one. So that when I said that the tray that I bought, that's the exact one, the funfetti one. So when that comes, I thought that would look really cool on the stream to put the screws in and stuff. It's funny that we all bought them. That is a beautiful way of putting it. The keyboard community is small and strong. Come on, screw. I will say, when it comes to doing the soldering for this board, I'm more nervous for this one than I have been the other ones. Yeah, Petrus, it's Teha followed me on Instagram a few days ago, which was pretty cool. Which is very cool. Hey, thanks, chat man. What are you working on? This guy's been stubborn. There we go. Oh, nice, a macro pad. Yeah, sure, I got a good hex kit, but this came with all the little pieces, so I figured I would use it. Is it best... So this is like a question I have. Is it best to use the tools that come with the boards, or should you use your own tools? Hey chat man, that's the way to go. I mean, building something yourself from scratch, that's super cool. All the screws have been removed. There it is. Let me try that out then. I've got a nice... That's a good way to put it. Yeah, I'm gonna be doing the... I'm gonna be testing the PCB. I will say, we'll do it on stream together, but I did already test it and made sure it worked. I actually had to flash it to get it to show up in VIA. I did some prep for this stream beforehand. Just to not have to make some mistakes and stuff. The weight looks cool, right? Doesn't that look sweet? This is one side. I actually, honestly, I prefer this side than this side. Chatman, thank you so much for the tier 1 sub. Super cool. Oh yeah, here's one I made earlier. Like, isn't it cool that they did this? It's because no one's ever gonna see it. Litmister with the Prime sub, thank you so much. If you're just starting out building keyboards for kits and stuff, I really recommend KBD fans. All right, so this is the plate. Super light compared to this part, right? I know it's because they got the weight in there, but like this is like weighs nothing. So this is what all the switches will be going in later on. You can put this off to the side. Goodbye, keyboard. One thing we're going to have to work out on this is the RGB, because there's RGB points on the board, right? These are the lights, right? These are RGB here, aren't they? But they're not lighting up. But this is there's lights on the escape key, so we're going to work that one out later on. So what I know is, what I believe is that the Think 6.5 V2 did not have an integrated plate. That was one of the things that they changed, so it's interesting. So this whole thing is made out of aluminium. So the plate is aluminium. It's because it's integrated into the board. So that's going to be a new thing for me to see what that feels like. Okay. Just do a little PCB testing. As I say, I did check this out already. So we should be good. I didn't test the whole board though. You can test it from either side, right? Does it make a difference? What difference does it make? It's freaking you out. I did it because I didn't want to be looking at the RGB the whole time. So I decided to test it from the other side. Oh, there goes the Windows key. I'm going to be building this with a 6.5U spacebar. That's my plan today. That's the function key. Cool. Yep, so the only one that doesn't pop up is the function key. Petrus, I'll be honest with you, I completely avoid all conversations about with my family about football because I'm afraid I have zero interest in it. Alright. But my family are West Ham supporters, yes, you were right. So you go over here a moment. So it's stabilizer time. I already went in yesterday when I was prepping for this stream and worked out what stabilizers I would want, how many I would need, but I haven't lubricated them. So why so? What kind of group buys? We're talking keycaps. There's two I'm interested in right now. I want to get in on 8008 round 2. I have the pink, but I want the blue. And I'm also interested in Serica, GMK Serica. They're two keycap group buys. I have already gone in this month for Extended 2048 from Beep and Drop. And when it comes to boards, the one that I'm personally most interested in is the Boop, which is going to be on KBD Fans, I think, next week. I did go in for the Key Cult raffle because I felt like I kind of had to. No luck. Which, it was kind of one of those good thing, bad thing type things, where like, I really want a Key Cult, but to not spend $800 right now is nice. Honestly, it's like, good thing, bad thing. Okay. Now, I am going to, unless anybody severely disagrees with me, my plan today is to use Krytox 205 grade 0 on my stabs. Because I feel like that is what I am most comfortable with. It's the best results I've had so far. However, I do have some dielectric, what is it, dielectric grease? Is that how you say it? I can never remember. Yeah, dielectric grease here too. And so this, I'm less comfortable with this right now, I think. Because this is one thing, like the lubricating of stabilizers is something that I'm not very good at so far. I think I'm gonna stick with grade 0 for today. 205 it up. Oh man, I just dropped something. Hold on. Ugh. What did I drop? I don't even know what that is. Oh, just one 6.5U stabilizer wire. Grease on the metal ends, 205 on the plastic. Okay, I'll do that. There's a lot of Owen Reese with the tier 1 sub. Thank you so much. Alright, I'm gonna go with grade 0 on everything today. That's where the chat seems to be leaning. Sky of Sand. I got the Finale desk mat from Prototypist in the UK, and I think that they were from the Key Company. I think I'm gonna need to get some more lube soon. Like halfway through this tub. So what is everybody's stabilizer lubing tactics? It's one area where I really feel like I need more practice, but oh, I just realized I need to update the Nightbot. We're not using Kiwi switches today. We're using drop pandas. I have ordered a Kara. I wished I was getting a Kara in advance, but I have one on the way, so as soon as they're shipping, I'll be building one. Paint the insides of 205, insert the stem, judiciously coat the wired ends, test them. So do you not put any on the stem, right? Just on the... Yeah, just Q1 for Kara. I'm seriously hyped for that board though. It is a 60%, so it'll be my first 60%, but I feel like it's one that I'm willing to try for sure. Yeah, it's HHKB, which is not a format that I'm familiar with. Honestly, I'm probably going to do some serious remapping on that board. But I'm really excited for it. Because I will... I got the purple one and got two back plates for it, the green plate and the cream plate. That was a moderation bug, Jujuro. Let me just get 1 second. Good advice, Terrence. Alright. So there's one done. Has anybody in chat been playing Cyberpunk? And if so, I want to know two things. One, what are you playing it on? And two, do you enjoy it? That is what I want to know. PS4, PC. Oh, Petrus. Oh! Buggy, but very good. So it seems like the people that are playing it and enjoying it most seem to be on PC. That is what I am expecting. I pre-ordered it on PlayStation, and I have not yet had the time to try it. I had a very busy week. And now I'm wondering if I should wait. I have a PS5. I'm now wondering if I should wait to either get the PlayStation 5 version whenever that comes out in 2021 when they do the update, or wait until I build my PC and play it on that. Because I still have a bunch of PS5 games to play. It's not like I need a new game. I haven't finished Miles Morales, and I got the new Call of Duty game. The campaign's pretty good. So I don't have to jump to it if I'm going to be frustrated by it, or if I'm not going to get the right experience from it. I do. See, that's the thing, is I have a really nice TV, but I might get a really nice monitor, you know? I don't know. Because the thing is, they've given no ETA on the PS5 version. Or all. Seems like the whole thing was a little bit of a disaster, wasn't it? Unfortunately. Delays and crunch and... Oh, I've got the wrong camera on. Sorry, everybody. I am building a new PC. I still have the old PC at home. Thing is, it's not powerful. I would have to make updates to it to make it like powerful enough to play a lot of the modern games and stuff, because it's getting on a little bit now, which I found out from the podcastathon. And I want to have something smaller form factor for the studio. So I will be building a new. So Rick, that is an interesting question. Kara or Portico? So here's what I'll say on that, without like ever having used either of these boards. The Portico is a 65%, right? This is from the key company. So you've got your arrow keys there, and if that's important to you, you know, it could be good. But the thing is, this is the Key Company's first budget board, right? Is it their first? I don't know if I've worked over. I think I've done other boards in the past, but I just think that, look, my read on it is that, like, I would maybe feel more confident in Rama to deliver an outstanding product. And so that's where I've not ordered a Portico personally. I want to wait to see what people think of that. I was more inclined to go that way. I will also suggest the NK65. I don't have one of those yet, but I do have one on the way. I ordered the milkshake one, and I always hear great things about it. And at the moment, they got a cool Olivia themed one. There's a lot of options now. I bet that I bet the Portico will be a really fun board. But I'm just speaking from my own kind of feelings about it. Like, I haven't ordered one of those yet. That's one where I'm more willing to, like, wait and see. But the Ramakara, I was in it big time. Is the group buy for the Portico closed? I mean, they're gonna do more of those, without a doubt. The Kara group buy is closed now, right? Because I think the Portico is a keyboard that they're gonna sell. I reckon, like the NK65, right? They'll always try and have some, but they'll also do themed ones because they did the Magic Girl themed ones. Kara's still happening. Interesting. Okay, final stab. I'm super interested in the Bower Light as well. There's going to be so many great budget boards soon. And yes, the word budget, you got to put it in context. It's budget in the, like, small batch world, you know? Yeah, the problem is always the timings on this stuff, right? There will be more, like I saw there were Novelkeys were teasing more NK65s coming soon, that I'm sure there'll be in stock models. So it might be worth waiting a little bit. Stabilizers are done. So now let's get them in the board. I bet that the plan for a lot of these companies with the injection molded boards is they want to build up capital so they can try and keep them more in stock. It seems like the stock stuff is so difficult to... I mean, look, this is coming from someone who sells physical products, right? Trying to work out demand is impossible. It's impossible. And so you're always taking some kind of bets on it. So I'm expecting a lot of the companies that are doing this stuff, they're just like tiptoeing into it. Trying to work out what people's demand's going to be is so difficult, like from first to second to third restock. It's really hard stuff. So what did we decide on? That I was going to use the screws from the kit, right? That was the plan. Jake Zo, thank you for the subscription. Tier 1, 2 months. Jake Zo. Appreciate that. Okay. See, that's a good point from Vogon. Mike from Novel Keys ordered 3,000 NK65s after the first group buy of hopes to be in his stock. See what, like, how could you know, past that kind of number, how can they make bets? You know, like, oh yeah, we'll order 20,000 of them. You would never do that. Exactly. Imagine if you ordered 10,000 and sold 500. Right, but see, the thing is, Ian, you buy 3,000 and then you buy another 3,000, but then what if they sell out again? So then you buy another 3,000, but then nobody buys. It's really tricky stuff. It genuinely really is. It's so hard. Because you think like, oh, I'm onto a sure thing here. And there's some factor that you can't anticipate. Like, yeah, look at that. They sold the original group buy was 300, and then they ordered 3,000, then they sold out immediately. Like, how? There's no way you could anticipate that kind of demand. There's so many weird things that have happened, right, for what it seems like for keyboard manufacturing this year. There's been, you know, obviously manufacture is so much difficult because of COVID, but then COVID has exploded the hobby as well. So, like, super difficult stuff. Hey, Jonathan Brooks. Thank you for the subscription, my man. You know I got my eyes on you for artisans at some point. Hope you're doing well. I'm going with the 6.5 U spacebar today. So I can get a couple of modifiers on each side. I think that the explosion of interest started with gamers, but I think it's stretching out now. Right, but Petrus, that's where it gets wild, though. People, like, people are getting really weird and entitled now. That's like a whole other separate conversation. Yes, I think so, Matt. Maybe I got the numbers wrong. Oh, Jonathan, you got the mold in. That's what I wanted to see. Yeah, this is the Mac specific MX Master. I don't know what makes it Mac specific, I'm gonna be honest. It was just the one I bought on Amazon. I don't know what makes it particularly a Macintosh mouse, but... Oh, Bluetooth. So yeah, OX, the MX Master gave me bad RSI when I started using all of the buttons to do different things. I don't use the buttons anymore. I tried like mapping them to shortcut buttons for editing. I don't do any of that anymore. Okay, stabilizers have been installed. So we're gonna test them out. I have the MX Ergo. That's the Lance, like the horizontal mouse. I have one of those at home, and it's fine. It doesn't feel any better or worse for me. Definitely have to be a little more particular about how I'm putting these keys in. Ooh. Is this all of Olivia? I don't think so. Hold on. We're gonna use I don't know if I prefer sorted or hot swap really. I don't know if I've really controlled the difference.
This is the end of side 1 of this record. Please now, turn it over for the second side. The second side.
Plays pretty thick. Okay, so we want to bear in mind here that the plate, the PCB is not secure into the plate. I actually think for stabilizers they sound pretty good for me. Whoops, sorry. Yep, I'm happy with that. Spacebar is hard to hear because yeah, I think maybe it could do with a little more. But how would I even do that now? Screwed them in. Do I have to take them out again? What is this video? It's just gonna destroy the CPU now.
Hello all.
I'm watching this video if you're hearing it. I'm watching this video. I'm really struggling to see what she's doing here. What about the audio? The switches are lubed, yeah, I did that already. I'm just gonna take those stabilizers off and add some more lube to them. We're just gonna do it slow, the slow way. Oh, okay, I could do that. Oh, that's clever. It's a clever tactic from Mentally. So basically, I'm pulling on here, and then there's an opening here, and I'm just shoving the paintbrush in there. Yeah, this hobby's so strange, but the amount of innuendo and stuff that there is in the keyboard hobby is the exact same thing for the pen hobby. Some of the phrases that we say just sound so strange. Great. Just doing off some of the extra. Okay. It is switch time. Wet noodle muddy Matt, what hobby is that? We use those terms. Oh. Okay. So we are going with drop pandas today. It's a nice tactile switch. They're also the only 3-pin switches that I've used, so I am happy to be building these in a board with such an aggressive plate to keep it all in place. BRB. For you, Vogon. Question. Do I want to screw the PCB into the plate before I solder the switches? I feel like yes, because I just picked up the plate and it all came out. Right? That feels like the sensible thing to do. Thank you, everybody. We learn together on Mike.live. Terrence, is that shucking switches? That's a funny phrase to use. I got some orange films for the tangies as well. Figure if because I'm gonna do that at some point. I want to film those switches. And I saw some orange ones and thought that would go well. If you're soldering 3 pins, better to just solder one leg on each first. Why would I do that? Yeah, but why does soldering one leg help with that? That's what I mean. What difference does it make doing one? No, I know that like the difference is like a 3-pin and a 5-pin, but if I just solder one of the pins. That sucks. Okay. I mean, I'm being real here. This plate is incredibly, like, these switches are, I don't know how they can move in this plate. Like, I've been there before with 3 pins and no plate. That's 3 pins with no plate. But this plate is like super rock solid. It's also quite warm. Interesting. Okay, cool. Cool. Thank you for the info. So good old friend Wonky Pad. I learned a lot that day. Building those 2 macro pads was such a great learning experience. I really recommend that to people if they're starting out, especially like soldering for the first time. Doing it on a macro pad, they're cheaper. You probably haven't been waiting for them for months. That's the way to go. You also get, the project's also quicker to complete. Oh yeah, you can so easily bend the pins on a switch, but it's also really easy to fix it with a pair of tweezers. You could just bend it back. I do it all the time with hot swaps. I mean, I've done it putting them into PCBs, let them soldering. That looks fun. The white on white. Or the off-white on white. Spent many hours earlier this week getting the getting these switches lubed. Ah, okay. Looks like I have some decisions to make. These are lubed to 205 grade 0. Well, I was thinking Olivia would be good for this, but I also think that Milkshake and Camping would also be pretty good. I went unstepped on the caps. Yeah. No, I didn't want to step these ones. I want to go unstepped. Going regular caps for this build today. So that's what I thought. I got Milkshake, I got Camping, and Olivia. I don't know how we're gonna test. We might have to do some swapping around at the end of the stream today. I've only tried 205 grade 0 so far, so I know I could get Crytox. My plan is the next time that I buy any lube, I'm gonna get both Crytox and Tribosys 3203 is what I meant to say. One of the switches is upside down. Is that normal? I haven't necessarily felt the need for that yet, Terrence. I don't really know if I've experienced it yet. Two of them are upside down, actually. Weird. Oh, you see? So that's interesting. I can see that those ones, they're ones I'm going to have to be super careful about with soldering. Because they're not held in as nicely. There's some play there. Alright, so in the bottom row, how do we decide? One point 1.25, 1.25, 1.25, 6.25, 1.25. Okay. Just making sure I get these spaces right. Ooh, this is gonna be nice. It's gonna be good. Okay. Anchor soldering time. Everyone's favorite time. Mike's most nervous time. Especially don't like that there are a couple of switches on this board where I do need to be careful. I'm pleased to have had that information. I'm not really sure exactly how to be careful, but we will learn together. Potentially go on a horrible desoldering journey. Turn the fan on here. Yeah, the desoldering. I haven't really had a lot of practice with desoldering. That's the problem. No, I can work it out. I can work it out. I've gotten this far. That's a good point. Warm up 1. Alright. You're all better at this than me, so when we get to, if we get to that point, we will get through it together. Yeah, we're like Voltron or something. What's wrong with the fan? Hold on one moment. All right. What a messy workstation I have. Speaking of which, let's do a little bit of tidying. Let's get rid of some of these bags. Everything's going great, Mac. You just joined in time for soldering. I can do a lube stream. I've been doing switch lubing off stream because I was worried it was boring. Well, we can do that next time. Alright, I'll bear that in mind. I'm super paranoid now about the straightness. Yeah, there's no way I would do lubing and a build in one stream. I like the ANSI layout. I've gotten used to it over time. More boards, like a lot of boards or a lot of keycap sets don't come with the ISO. I'm not convinced that that's straight. Drop hands as a tactile. Ugh. I'm just gonna forge ahead and we'll work it out later on, I think. The Azure definitely is my favorite. Wait, no. Which one's the purple one? That's my favorite. I was torn though between the purple and the green one of the Kara. I don't want to speak too soon, but me and my soldering iron are getting on better today. It's not taking so long to start melting the solder. You see, Nick, I meant to say this earlier. My beard is too long right now, so it's making like a weird shape with the mask. When I wear a mask, it like cuts into it and makes a weird shape. I definitely need to get it trimmed. That's going to be happening soon. Adina's been getting pretty good at haircuts this year. I gotta bring the whole thing in again. It'll be my Christmas haircut. After I was editing all day, which it uses a lot of the same muscles for me because I use a Wacom tablet, so I use a pen. It's a little stiff. I've been editing for 2 days straight. So when I solder, like little flecks of the solder, they find themselves onto the PCB. What is the best way to clean that off? Yes, I was editing Cortex. That's why it's been 2 days solid editing. Flux alcohol. Isopropyl alcohol. Okay, cool. Cool. That's what I figured. I'll get some of that at some point. and I'll go in and clean up all my boards. It doesn't bother me so much because it's just my stuff, but like, I don't feel the need to immediately fix it, but at some point I would like to. What you doing? Where were we? Did anybody else just get told to stand by their Apple Watch? I remember the first year the Apple Watch was out. So it had been out, because it came out in like March or something. And then I was at WWDC in San Francisco. Might have been the last year in San Francisco, actually. And some years we were at like watch parties and stuff for the keynote. So a few years. The best one that I ever went to was Twitter. So Twitter had a watch party where they would show the keynote in their offices, and I think it might have been like an invite gig or whatever, but I got invited, and they provided food and stuff, and basically had like a little talk beforehand from someone from their design advocacy team or whatever. And hold on. Ooh, that's like a little mountain of soda there. Let me get rid of some of that, and then I'll finish my story. Yeah, so I used to go to, so like when I say watch party, people would go and watch the keynote together, right? So you weren't just watching it in your hotel room, you could be with other people. And Twitter used to do good ones because they had a nice projector in like some room, and they used to provide really good food, so they did like a breakfast thing. But one year, I attending a watch party in a hotel for the Release Notes conference, because it was their first conference that year, and I was keynoting it later in the year, which was really cool actually. It was a good life experience. And they had a watch party where you'd go and watch. But the reason it made me think of this is the Apple Watch had been out for a few months' time, and during the keynote, like 50 minutes into the keynote, everybody's Apple Watches told them to stand up, and then a bunch of people started standing. It was very funny. That's my very, very long story. I've done one talk. I've only ever given one talk, and it was the opening keynote at Release Notes, and now I feel like I never need to do another one. Do one keynote, went really well, and I feel like it's a goal achieved. this isn't the same. You know, this is standing up in front of a room with a prepared presentation, and it's just you, and you've got to be talking about a topic, and there's slides and all that kind of stuff. It's funny, I did it, Steven did release notes, and then Federico did release notes. I don't know if they were 1 year after another, or if there was a gap. For some reason, I don't remember. I couldn't make Steven's one, which was really upsetting to me. And all I know is there must have been a good reason. I used GIFs and lots of jokes. I had lots of jokes in my presentation. They were mostly visual gags. I worked super hard on that. I've done other things, like I've done some Apple Store. I did a talk in an Apple Store once, and I've moderated things and that kind of stuff. I don't really think that conference talks are a thing that I would want to do with any kind of regularity. It's an awful lot of work. Because it's not just the writing of the talk, it's the practicing of it. But I'm very grateful to have had the experience to do it. That's as much as I would want to do. I actually got asked to do a TEDx talk once and turned it down. I think I've been asked twice. And both times the reason was they were... I don't really know how the TEDx stuff works too much, but they were... these particular talks, they were all supposed to be around this like central theme. And I just didn't have something which I really felt like I could contribute towards that theme. And I wanted to kind of go a bit more freestyle with it, and they weren't. That wasn't what they wanted, so I ended up just not doing it. It's nice to be asked, though. Now, if it was a real, like, TED talk, I would do that. It is affiliated with TED, but it's not TED, like, full on. Minor leagues, that's the perfect way to put it. The only other things I've ever done was like being on panels. I did a bunch of panels at PodCon 1 and 2. I was on some and moderated a bunch too. Moderation is difficult, but it was something that I could handle. just like recording a podcast, really, for me. I don't do anything specific to take care of my voice. I've thought about stuff like that, but I wouldn't really know where to start, to be honest. But what I do, though, is if I'm in an environment where I'm putting a lot of pressure on it and I can feel that, then I go easy on it in a way that people maybe typically wouldn't. Like if I'm in, say I was at a bar or a concert or whatever, and I could feel the strain, I would then be much more mindful. So it's more reactive care than preventative care. I do drink a lot of water. I mean, COVID in the UK it's not great. It's not the worst. We have the vaccines begun here. There are a lot of measures being introduced all the time. Some to good effect. Maybe. There's a lot of rules to try and keep track of. So honestly, I've been living by a very similar rule set since the beginning of it. We just try and do the best we can, stay as safe as we can, eliminate contact with people. I do most of my conversations during shows, for sure. Just the ratio of it. No, you don't typically do what I do, which is like have these constant conversations, for like multiple hours at a time. I don't think it's a regular thing that people do. I would say, depending on where you are, mask wearing is pretty good. It really depends. What I'll say is, I see more people wearing masks than I would have expected, but it's not as many as I would want. And I wished that it was possible to enforce it more strongly. It doesn't really feel like it's politicized in the same way. There are just people that don't want to do it. And there are people that are like saying like they're anti-lockdowns or that nonsense. But it seems like in some parts of the world, just being affiliated with one political party means you shouldn't wear a mask, It's not like that here. Care homes and frontline workers are here too. There are like 9 priority groups. It's kind of funny, like, I'm not in any of the groups, obviously. Well, not obviously, but I'm not. So, I don't know when I will have the opportunity to get vaccinated. But I think it's going to be a way away. Yeah, lots of kids don't wear masks, but I don't know what you're supposed to do for kids. Oh man, look, I think they're okay, but I was not paying attention. I meant to be more careful with that bottom row. Alright, should we do some switch testing? Or some solder testing, see how that went. So start taking your bets now. How many? Yeah, I should check the straightness of the mods. Okay. Okay. They look okay, and none of them are colliding. I think that's okay too. Maybe this one isn't completely straight. This, I just found it on Amazon. I just typed in silicone work mat. Holy moly, that's not straight at all. Woo! Okay. Look at that. That's not good. That's definitely the worst one. Alright, I need to try and work that out. That's a good idea. Weirdly, you don't see it when I put the cap on. But you can see it, right? That is not straight. But when I put the cap on, it doesn't look wonky. And it feels fine. Put the mod caps on. I think it is being aligned by the stabs. I'm gonna give that one just a little twist on its own. The others I will do it with the... That's better. That's much better. And then it's just this one that I think needs... Okay, I seem to have made that one worse. Okay, I think we're good. We might tweak later on again. Yep. This keyboard's gonna feel real good, everybody. No joke. Alright. Oh, I want to test the caps lock as well. Baron von Clack, thank you so much for the tier 1 sub. 2 months. I have no reason for why I got this. It was just what was recommended to me by a friend. I think that's fine. I don't think I'm gonna really be able to fully tell the straightness of these until I'm like properly using it. So I reserve the right to do a stream in the not too distant future where we come back to tweak this board up a little bit. Alright, so let's put it together and then we can decide what keycaps. Okay. Let me clean up the soldering stuff. They are, Colonel. They are drop pandas I'm using in this board today. They're lubed with Krytox 205 grade 0. Still a touch warm. Drop bears. Bump on time. Yes. Testing. I had forgotten. Thank you, Ian. So I just put all my solder equipment away before I tested it, so let's hope that I keep my record up. Okay, there's one row. Yep. Another row. That's the function key. 100%. Whoop, whoop. 100%. All right, so let me try. Ah, Ian, come on. 5 gifted subs, Ian. Thank you, my friend. So now I'm intrigued because I had assumed that these were LEDs in the bottom here, but I can't seem to find a way to turn them on. It seems like the lighting settings only affect the light that we have up in the corner here. Yeah, but you see, when I go to the lighting settings for underglow, Oh dear.
Turn it over for second sight.
Okay, I killed Via. Hold on.
The second sight.
Because previously when I was playing with the underglow, it was changing the color of this. Via is freaking out on me. It's locking up. Huh. What is happening? There we go. Hmm. That's weird. It seems to have stopped working. Hmm. Let me just do a quick test of another board here. There we go. We're going to come back to Via in a bit. We're just going to put this thing back together for now. It's my Windows PC, so I have a laptop here for the moment. screw in there. Come on. There we go. There are two sizes of screws, but the sizes are super... Oh, that was the right size. They seem super close together when you look at them. All right. There it is. E-White Stormtrooper Think 6.5. So now we have a choice of keycaps. And I feel like we're potentially going to be fighting it out. I do think Olivia is probably the way to go. It's actually the reason I bought Olivia was for this board. So I think we will start with Olivia. I definitely want to go. I think I'm feeling GMK. So it's either going to be Olivia or camping. Have to go and grab some other keys from the box at some point. Some of the different sized modifiers. This is looking good. Has a real feel to it too. It's looking pretty great, right? Oh. I think I need to go get the other. Yep, I need to go get the rest. I don't think there's anything else I need. Oh wait, yeah. 1 second. Yeah, I really want one of the Rama Olivia Artisans, but the prices on them on aftermarket are just insane. I've seen some of the S-Craft Artisans. The new ones. I can never get the... I've seen the three of the ones, the Weeping Bell Shoulder and Mr. Mime. I have seen those. I never know if I'm getting the right profiles down the side here. I don't see another home key. So Via has it as delete home, page up, page down. And I only seem to have one home, and it doesn't feel like the right profile. So Dom, that's an interesting question. I think having knowledge is good, and you can get knowledge from watching your favorite streamers. I do that, but like the home doesn't seem like it's the right profile. Page up, kinda. No, page up doesn't either. So like I'm looking at it and it feels like that they're not the right profile, but I can't find any keys that would be better. So, question, how are we feeling about the, like, so we've got the pink escape and enter and the pink arrow keys. I have black escape and all of these black too. Is this the right configuration? All black, says Ian. Let's try that out. I think I'm just going to leave these as they are because I'm never happy with them. What I am going to do is stop this from circling. I've realized it doesn't matter what the RGB is for the underneath of the PCB. I would never see it. They've turned it off, right? Because the RGB under the PCB I would never see. Duh. So I'm going to change the light into a solid color. And we're going to go with a pink. Oh dear. Changing that lighting too much just completely crashes VIA. Alright, so we're gonna try all black. And then we can maybe change it from there, we'll see. No mod pipe. What are you asking me? No mod pipe. This? The white? Let me try that too. That looks wrong to me. Can't handle that. Now what I'm gonna say now is, this is too black and white now, I think. This is, so I'm feeling like we need to have some kind of like a breakup here. So maybe we go all arrows here or just pink here. So let me try that out first. We go pink escape. This is option 1. All right. Option 1. Feeling it. Thank you, Mac. Yeah, I'm feeling it. You know what I wish I had, though? Like a pink backspace or something. Oh, Mac, thank you so much for the gifted sub. Looks great, right? Into it. Terrence is on it. Want to hear it? All right. Also think that would look good. Not today, but at some point. I think that would look good. Hey, thank you, Mac. Oh my word, I'm having some cable management issues here. Let's start with the mods. I'm gonna say it. This is the best job I've done. I'm really happy with that. So it's interesting. I'm starting to understand the way that some of the like the things that I hear. This board is solid. Like I can feel it. There is no give in it. Like it is a very solid typing experience, and I'm assuming that is because of the integrated plate. Like it's very different to me for feel than when I type on the mode, which I feel has a little bit more give. It is an integrated aluminium plate. So this is the original Think 6.5. Think 6.5 V2 does not have an integrated plate. They feel really good. The pandas feel good. I definitely continue to prefer keyboard switches. This is also a much higher typing angle. I feel like I would want to wrist rest if I was typing on this for long periods of time. So I feel like the pandas are a bit sharper in their bump than the Kiwis. This is a really beautiful keyboard. That is my favorite sounding key on the board, the Escape. I don't have any wrist rest yet. It's been something that I've been meaning to get. For visual comparison, it might be more fun to bring the Rama here. Hold on. It's always funny to me when I see the Rama in context with my other boards, just how much bigger it is. It's so much larger. I feel like I don't realize that most of the time. I don't know, I feel like I'm up to maybe 5 or 6 keyboards at this point. I don't remember the exact amount offhand. This is such a big keyboard. I love it though. For comparison's sake, these two actually might be fun to hear the differences in. Because they've both got Kiwis in very, very different keyboards. Oh no, they don't both have Kiwis in. These both have Kiwis in, sorry. So, Kiwis in here. Kiwis in here. Drop pandas. So these three, very different. So the Rama is the most muted of all of them in sound, but from an overall feel perspective, does feel the nicest to type on. It's got like a crispness to it in the feel of the actual typing, but even though the sound is quite muted, there is an internal mute in this. The mode has like a softer feel, even though they're using the same switches. It feels softer. I guess it's the foam that's inside. But I love the way that this sounds. It's got a bit more of a sound to it. And then this guy is like a tank. Sounds fantastic. Completely solid. Jajora, we were meaning to get something Christmassy for the office, but we haven't done it. These are all aluminium. All three of these. Aluminium boards. The inside is different with them though. So this is an integrated aluminium plate. This bullet, I believe, has an aluminium plate, and this too, I think. I have a brass weight in the Roma. I'm gonna say from sound and feel of modifiers, the Think wins. I had a polycarbonate plate in my Tofu 65, but I don't like the cream switches, and I think that has like tainted my opinion. The linear switches, I don't think they're for me. I don't know, Petrus, Matt, right now how I feel comparing these two. I think I have to use this for a longer period of time. Mac, thanks so much for hanging out. We're nearly done here today anyway. Let me take this bad boy back to its desk. You know, you say that. I think the Keychron sounds really good. have T1 switches in here. It's a good like hollow sound. They are lubed. I wouldn't really know how to describe the bump. The bump on the T1 switches is quite aggressive. I think of all of the tactiles that I've used, the T1 has the most pronounced bump on the switch. It's very sharp, it's solid. Which is what actually makes this a very fun board to use for me. I plan to break the T1 switches out of here at some point though and put them in something else. But I only have enough of them for a 65%. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you all so much for hanging out today and being the very best Twitch audience around. I have had a wonderful time with you all, and I as always really appreciate the support in follows, subs, and everything. Oh boy, this keyboard. It keeps freaking out when I plug it in. I think VIA is up to no good. Okay, I need to look at that. I'll take care of that in a minute. But yes, thank you so much for coming and hanging out today. I really appreciate the support, as always. And I hope that you all have a really great rest of your weekend, no matter what it is that you are doing with it. And I'll be back again.
He is my
sometime.
inferior.
I apologize. I'll be back again sometime next week. Yeah. I haven't really gotten down with raiding yet. That's what I was doing. I was going to see if any of the streamers that I follow were online. But yeah. Okay, you want me to raid Andy? So I apologize for the background sound that's about to occur.
I agree.
I haven't raided anybody yet. Oh man, my computer is freaking out. It seems like something's gotten stuck. Like a modifier key somewhere. I'm going to use the built-in keyboard now. What is going on? Oh boy, hold on. Did we raid Brad? Oh yeah, I did raid Brad. But like Brad is like a known entity to me, you know. So I would really love to be able to do this, but right now it seems like a shift or command key is stuck somewhere on my keyboard. So it's not currently allowing me to enter any commands. Like, and this is even on the internal keyboard. So something's freaking out with Windows. See, none of these work. That's the only key that's working. And when I try and type anything in, it just doesn't work. VIA is closed. Let me try opening and closing VIA. Oh boy. Nope. I cannot type anything. At all. Which is kind of funny for a keyboard streamer. Like, even on the internal laptop keyboard, it is not accepting any text entry right now. Let me see if I am able to do this with just mousing. So it's Andy V. Nguyen, right? So it's definitely like a command key because all my tabs keep opening in the background.
We're losing him?
What do you want to do?
We're getting an Amazon, the audio for an Amazon ad right now. Let me try and do it from here. This is so funny. Every tab I click, every time I click a link in my web browser, it just opens the tab in another. It opens it in another tab. Raid channel. God darn it. All right, let me follow Andy, then he'll come up in that list, I think. Hold down control on the keyboard, plug it in and release control. That didn't do it. Nope. Oh, don't worry, Mode. I'm having issues with like every keyboard connected to my computer right now. Super weird. Nope, none of that did it either. Nope. We're gonna keep trying. Come on. I wouldn't even know if scroll look. Thank you, Colonel. That's funny. That's a fun thing to say. Alright, okay. We're going to try and do this raid now on Andy V. Nguyen. So, I want everyone to go in and say what Ian said, which was it, what? Honk honk, we're my Curly's geese. So we're going to give it a go. I think I'm able to do it with just mouse control. So, you can copy and paste. Yeah, that's what we're saying here, alright? So, I don't know how this works. We're going to give it a go, and we're going to see what happens, everybody, okay? Thanks for watching. Catch you later.
I don't work out consistently right now. Because I've been training since 16, I took it very seriously. Around 17, I did a lot of sports. I mean, I started working out with the sports. In college, starting at 18, I went ham and trying to go for a six-pack. Since 18 to around 26, I was busting my ass in the gym. 4 to 6 to 7 days a week, sometimes 3 to 5 hour sessions. Bueno builds. This man has the freaking TGR Alice. I'm 5'8", Hugo. 140 pounds, 10% body fat, 6 feet. Ooh, that's definitely skinny. You need to get up to like 6 feet. You need to at least be around 160 before you can get a little meat on the bones. I would shoot for like 180. Came back for the sound test, still not started. Bueno, it's because I did the holy mod. I know we've been talking about that. I blame Carl,
I had
dude.
to press something.
If
Sorry,
Carl
everyone.
didn't say it was good,
Bye.
then I would never have done it. And I'd be done now. 2 hours. No soldering. But let's see if we can get this under 5 minutes. Dink Train, how tall are you and how much you weigh? Dink's the tall boy too. I feel like he would hit his forehead onto door frames. I think if a follow knife was taken, Mike Hurley, Dylan, 2005, Tilek, I already got Tilek's man. Dink is a think boy. Mike Hurley, thank you for the raid of 50. Oh my god, welcome everybody. I should start like dancing for the raids, but welcome everyone. My name is Andy Nguyen, also known as Andy Nguyen. Tech, Keebs, dancing. I have a crazy Discord server, it's lit in there. Consider joining.